Hey, kids, and welcome to our podcast.
Where it's just two girls just talking about being bros.
Honestly, welcome back.
New week, new us.
Literally, we haven't been in the studio for a while. You know how September gets with school starting up and everything. And we had some crazy dance stuff going on. We'll stay tuned to hear more about that. But yeah, we're back, baby. We literally haven't recorded in weeks. It feels like months.
Yeah.
But it is a new month, right? This comes out in October, first thing to come out.
Yeah.
New month, new us.
New month, new us. Welcome. Can you believe it's October already?
No,
That's
genuinely no, because I haven't written down the date yet. So I'm still mentally in September, even though I had to put my calendar to October because, so I have one of those calendars where you fill out the days yourself. I know, right? I was offended when I got it. I was like, oh, we're going to make me do all the work today. Okay, cool. But no, so I had to like fill in the dates and I was like, oh, you know what? I don't want to be behind in school anymore. I'm going to fill in my calendar. And
wow.
I did on the 27th of September. So I was like, okay, filling in 2 days for a whole month or filling out the whole month just for 2 days, not worth it. So I just went straight to October, but still my brain's on September.
That's very fair. Like 31 days, it's Halloween. Are you counting down the days till Halloween, Roxanne? You're just at the end of your seat?
You know me. Halloween really is an us, not season. Oh my gosh.
Holiday.
Not even holiday.
Yeah. Day.
It's an us celebration. You
Yeah.
know, like me and you spent pretty much every Halloween together. There might have been a few exceptions.
Where she ditched me to go to a party. I'm kidding.
Actually, facts, but it's because I was literally working on my assignment and then I submitted it and then my friend's like, yo, we're having a party. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it.
And I just sat in my basement with my brother and made TikToks. No,
last year though we had a hoot.
Yeah,
it was me, you, Nadia. We watched a movie, and it was not a comedy, but we had a ton of laughs.
Yeah,
you know,
hey.
live love.
And we're gonna be spending it together again, going treetop trekking. Cute.
Who else does that? No
one.
No one does it like quite like us.
No.
If it's a good reason or a bad reason, who knows? Beats me.
It's officially fall time.
Yes,
it's officially fall
since September 22nd. No.
Pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice.
Wraps, everything.
Yeah. Have I spoken about what you made me do?
Yeah. We went with the other no. I made her try the apple macchiato. Go listen to that podcast to hear her review.
Yeah. So if anyone has a note, she made me taste this apple flavored fall drink. But side note, so that was horrible. I knew it was going to be horrible because apple flavor things, if it's not green apple, it's not going to be good. Anyways, so later, I think me and my dad went out for coffee. Why did I just say that twice?
I don't know.
Beats me. So me and my dad went out for coffee, and someone ordered like an apple flavored drink, and I had flashbacks to drinking that, and I was like, if me and my dad weren't getting coffee, we're just getting something else to drink. Are you okay?
We have a friend.
I guessed.
A spider, guys.
Can you even see it? He's right below my hand.
I don't know if I'll see if
you can see my hand.
I don't know. I mean, if he stays there, that's cool. I'll leave him alone. But he like kind of jumped. That's why I jumped.
It's not even on your side.
I know.
It's okay. But yeah, I carry that trauma with me everywhere.
Sorry
I
about
go,
that.
So it's fine. Whatever. Didn't need that bad juju, anyways. Back with the coffee.
Back to Tim's, guys.
It's getting a problem where I could care less about what coffee I'm drinking as long as I get the caffeine in. Because Tim Hortons coffee has a lot of caffeine in it, apparently, and I'm a little bit addicted. But I'm hoping to kick it soon, guys. Only a couple more months left of school, and then I'm going to attempt to kick my habit.
Stay tuned. We'll follow her. We'll follow you to
the fifth time I try.
It'll be this segment, like coffee
just
breakdown.
Me around for a week. I'm just like screaming for a week. It's okay. It'll be over soon.
It'll be fun.
I'll become like you, a non-coffee drinker.
It's fun,
I would never become a tea drinker.
Yeah, I don't consider myself that though either. I do drink tea. I don't know. It sounds like you're implying that I was a tea drinker, and I was like, not really.
No, I know you're not a tea drinker. You're a water drinker.
Oh yeah, strictly H2O, baby. All right.
Oh no, I'm so busy that day, but it's okay. I mean, guys, listen. Literally, we've been out of the studio for weeks, but for a good reason. We've been busy dancing.
Yeah.
Let us tell you about our dancing week. So, in the first week of September, not the first week of September, the second week of September, don't know why I thought first week. The second week of September was filled with dance-filled events, okay?
Yeah.
Starts with Sunday night, dancing. Had a good time, had a grand old time. Monday night, dancing. Tuesday, we head out to drive to a wedding because we're dancing later at night and we had to get there. It was like 2.5 hour drive. It was 2.5 hours away, but like it took us like 3 hours because
it's a road trip.
Tiny bit of traffic. So it was like a fun little road trip.
Yeah, and if anyone's confused, like we do like the dance group, you can, because we do like heritage dance. What's it called? We go through this every time. I hate myself. Okay, so we folk dancing,
Ukrainian folk dancing.
So people like hire, like, if I don't know if anyone's been to a wedding where they've hired like their cultures, like something to do with their culture. So people do that often. So we got hired to perform at a wedding. Yeah, basically. Is that for anyone that's confused? But no, sorry.
Why would people be confused?
I don't know. It's like, why are we going to dance at a wedding? I don't know.
I feel like it's so very common to have some sort of performance at a wedding.
I don't know. The only 2 weddings I've been to, they didn't have that.
But the weddings I've been to have.
Yeah.
We've been to very different weddings. Anyways, actually, not the most recent wedding I've been to, but we're going to discuss that later too. Don't you worry. But yeah, so we were hired to perform at a wedding, you know, just a series of dances because we got beautiful costumes and like, it's a whole show, you know? We put on a show. So yeah, we did that and then we performed. I think we did a good job. The floor was so slippery.
It was so...
And there was a chandelier. Yeah. It was like, also, side note, not a regular chandelier as in you have lights and stuff. It looked like it was like a nest.
Yeah.
AKA like twigs.
Yeah. It was
like if you hit this thing, you're going to poke an eye out.
Yeah, literally. And it was so low. That? Yes, the phone.
Oh, okay.
And it was so low to like this, not low to the ground, whatever. It was just so low. And then one of the dances, we had props that were like, we had to raise them up high and they were getting like
cherry blossom.
Okay, I don't know, sticks. Yeah, like flowers. They're holding flowers. And like we had to watch like the thing didn't get caught. Even just jump, well, like we're short. So that was less of an us problem. But you were short.
Yeah. The other people, the guys are taller.
Yeah.
But still, it was...
Yeah, that was a hoot. Because we turned into a little road trip since it was far away. Yeah. And guys, one of my favorite stories from that is I got to share a room with Roxanne and her brother. I became one.
With who? With Roxanne.
Roxanne, and I told you it just comes randomly. I'll switch between your 2 names with no rhyme or reason.
No.
I got to share a room with both of them. So I'm officially one of them.
Part of my family now.
And my favorite thing is because we get there and there's 6 of us and there's 2 bedrooms. Our instructor brought an air mattress and then there's a couch for someone. So me, Roxanne, I don't know, now you got me thinking. Me, Roxanne, and Andrei, shout out. We all shared one room, and in that room there was a bunk bed, and then like
the bunk bed, but it was a single on top, like a twin, whatever, and then a double on the bottom, right? So 2 people on the bottom, 1 person on the top. Yeah. And if you guys have been listening, if anyone heard one of the episodes, Victory mentions how like it's literally her dream to sleep in a bunk bed
on the top specifically.
On the top, yeah. Because I asked her, I was like, oh, like which one do you prefer? And she's like, oh, the top, and I was like, sweet. No problem. We can give you the bed. Like, I don't mind sharing. He's my brother.
Yeah. It's like, just what? Like everyone assumed that me and you were going to be sharing together. And then plot twist, Roxanne was like, no, you have to have the top. And
I got to let Victory live out her dream. Like, what? I'm not here to steal her dreams. But it was so funny. Our dance instructor, shout out. She assumed that Andrei would sleep on, like, alone on top. And then me and Victory would be on the bottom. Yeah. And, like, I just didn't have the heart to be like, no, it's Victory's dream to be on top. Like, at first. So we just kind of were like, oh, okay, yeah. And then after the whole debacle of sleeping that night, later she was like, weren't Victory and Roxanne at the bottom? And I was like, no.
Yeah. That was so freaking funny because, apparently you guys had like a huge fight.
Okay, let me explain this to you.
This is crazy.
So, picture this. Mm-hmm. He's sleeping closer to the wall. I'm sleeping on the other side. It's like there's only how many sides to a bed. So that... I jumped under the covers, right? So they had like a some sort of duvet, like a light duvet, and a bed sheet, like just a sheet. So I slept under both of those. Halfway through the night, I'm turned away from my brother, so like I'm out facing into the room, and I'm like semi-awake, and all I feel is the sheet and the cover just ripped out of my hands. Like he was a rat. Like he just and I was like, okay. And at that point in time, I was pretty warm. So I was like, okay, like I'm not going to wrestle with him. Like, I'll get it back if I get cold or something. Flash forward to maybe like 2 hours, not even 2 hours later. I think we slept a total of 4 hours that night. So I can't even say 2 hours. It was probably like 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, I'm freezing. So I want some blanket. So I'm like ripping it from this guy's grip. He has a death grip on this thing. Like it was his job to hold on to this blanket. And I was like yanking it. And then he's like, wait, okay, I'll give you some. So he gives me like a little bit of the blanket. So I finally got some blanket to cover myself, but it was only the sheet. It wasn't the top cover. So I'm like turned away from him. It's so tight because I'm not letting go of this thing. I was like, I know if I give it some slack, this guy's gonna seal it right back. Oh my gosh. But then apparently I was like clotheslining him or something. Like it was like something happened in his sleep that this guy got so heavily wrapped up in all of these blankets that me taking this had the sheet like pressed against him like this, and he like couldn't breathe. And then apparently his leg was out, like he was like it was like this against his body. I was so confused, and the whole time the bed was creaking. I thought Victory was for sure gonna wake up because you're a light sleeper too. So I was like, oh my gosh, like this poor girl. We're exhausted. We have to wake up early to get out, like for checkout. I felt so bad. Oh my gosh. But then it's surprise, Victor was fine. The people in the other room though, they were like, what were you? It sounded like we were rearranging furniture. Because me and we're both so stubborn, so I wasn't letting go of the blanket. This guy's like trying to unclothesline himself, making a ruckus and a half. Oh my gosh. And then eventually, like whatever, I don't know what he did, and then like it's just when we wake up, we were like bickering. He was like, I was about to just start fighting you. He was like, you're lucky it wasn't like 5 o'clock in the morning. It was 5 o'clock in the morning because like otherwise he literally me and him probably would have fist fought. Like straight up. We've fist fought for less. Okay, quite honestly.
This scene is pretty intense. It's just so funny though too, because like this is all going on, and like the thing is, I am such a light sleeper, but it was lucky and not lucky, but like I was getting really bad sleeps the night before, and the night before like I was just dealing with stuff, so I just did not sleep the night before at all. So I came there just like mentally, emotionally exhausted. So the second I went in my little top bunk.
1 second, I'm getting a call. It might be important. Hello? It's not important. Because I don't have my dentist number saved, and I have an appointment coming up, so they're calling.
No, yeah. So I was like exhausted. So the second I hit the pillow, I knocked out, which is so rare for me. I never do that. I'm the lightest sleeper. That 100% on a normal day would wake me up. And apparently you took out your flashlight too. And I'm so light sensitive that like...
he took out his flashlight to find out how he was wrapped up in this thing. Guys, I'm telling you, it literally didn't feel real. I checked my Fitbit stats later. I got 4 minutes of deep sleep. But to be fair, we did go to bed really late. And I think I know another thing that participated in your exhaustion.
Oh, yeah.
My brother not being able to beat me in speed.
Yeah.
He was one of our last hopes.
Yeah, so update on the speed tournament. I'm still looking for someone out there who can beat her in speed because her brother couldn't pull through. But then I'm just it's so upsetting.
It was so funny because he had a couple rounds on. Yeah. Like, I'd say half the game, he got every single hand.
He was doing really good at the beginning.
Yeah. And then I was like, no worries, fam. I just had to learn how to play to his style. And then eventually I did. And I smoked him in like 3 hands. Yeah, like he had like maybe 5 hands where he beat me like flat out. Like he was beating me. I got him in 3 hands.
Yeah. 3. It was quite sad. And then the saddest part of it all is that he goes to play me and he beats me. And that was a real hurt to the ego there because I was supposed to be the second best speed player.
And now it's up in the air.
Now it's questionable because he didn't beat you, I beat you, but he beat me. So me and him are probably tied.
Yeah, you guys probably have to go again.
Yeah, but we were gonna go again, and then I just put a stop to it because I was like, I can't.
It was going on for like hours. It was already 3 a.m. It was like 3:30. They're like still going like, and it was going back and forth.
Yeah, Andre's a filthy cheater.
He really is though. That's
yeah.
When I was playing him first, he wasn't playing by the normal rule, so I had to readjust. And then once I did,
he's
I was
sneaky
like,
with his fingers.
Yeah,
anyways,
he slides
it, and anyways, it's okay.
Yeah.
Rematch soon. Even though he beat me. I just can't accept it. But yeah, so that was that. And then also there was the other thing was there was a hot tub.
Oh yeah.
And we had a hot tub. Also your brother was in there for 2.5 hours. I don't know how he's okay.
Yeah.
Like straight up, you're only supposed to stay in there 15 minutes at a time. He was in for 2.5 hours. Straight. No getting out. Yeah.
Straight. Like this kid, I don't know how he did it, but I mean,
wow, okay.
I was mildly impressed.
Yeah.
I was like that's cool.
I was dying. I was like, it's time to go.
I just like, the thing is, I too could have stayed in there for hours. The only thing is, I genuinely wanted to play cards so bad, like so bad, and I wanted him to play me too for speed, because I was like, listen, everyone says it's getting to my ego, but I think every win I get just demolishes everyone else's ego. Even like Adriana, shout out, when I played her one time. And she was like, I'm so scared of you. Like, apparently I learn people's hands. Yeah. And then I use it against them. And I thought that was normal, but apparently not. No. Like, she was like saying something. She was like, you probably know my hands already. And I was like, well, yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
What can I say?
A fun trip. Oh, my last point from that trip is that, you know, we talk about how like Roxanne always keeps her house at like plus a million degrees or whatnot. So literally that morning we wake up after the crazy night. I wake up and I was like, oh my God, it's like a sauna in here. I'm sweating. They woke up. They're like, oh my God, it's so cold. I'm freezing. And they're both like, I'm like, I literally didn't use, the funny part, I didn't use any blanket because it was so hot. I came with a thick sweater because I was like, I thought it was being freezing. Took it off. I was so hot. And they woke up and they're like, it's so cold. And I'm like, it's a sauna in here.
You're on the top bunk. Hot air rises.
But still, even when I came down for a bit, I was like, I can't breathe. And the second you open the door, you just feel air. And I was like, oh my God, what's wrong with you guys?
They were freezing. Like we were fighting with the... Also, side note, just to add to the story of whatever happened, what was going on with him, he tried to argue to me that I only slept under the sheet. The sheet was under the cover. How could I only be... Anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the next morning, that was tons of fun. The road trip back. We just, whatever, made it home in time for my tutorial. It was nice. Good stuff. And then... back Thursday dancing, Friday dancing, Saturday performance. The big performance.
Yeah, Ukrainian Festival 2021.
25th anniversary.
It was the first, I think, street festival to open back up since COVID in Toronto.
Yeah.
They did a pretty good job. They like blocked up everything off. They only allowed 100 people. Yeah. And it was not bad. I had fun. We stayed late after the performance. I truly enjoyed my night. Like
that was fun.
It felt good to just be back. Like it wasn't the same, obviously, when they block off like all of like Bloor
the whole
Street.
You know? Yeah, because it's literally one of the biggest street festivals in North America.
Yeah. So like it wasn't the same, but I still enjoyed it. It was fun vibes. Me and Roxanne stayed right to the end. Just last show.
But classic me and you though, because like we stayed with 3 other people for one of the shows. And then we were like, you know, I kind of want to go back, see the very ending of the festival, you know, like, and then so it was just me and Victory, you know, just hanging out. But it was a lot of fun. Yeah. I really enjoyed. My favorite part though, at the end of one of the dance performances was the very last performance of anyone, because they had dancers, singers, bands, and then like instrumentalists or whatever, like people with their instruments, and the dancers were the very last, and there's a specific dance that we do, like Ukrainians do, that like closes with a show. It's like the highest energy dance. At the end, everyone was cheering in Ukrainian. They were cheering a Ukrainian word, right? And it's kind of saying like "good job." It doesn't directly translate because obviously not everything is directly translatable, but pretty much like they were like cheering them on, like the group that they did a group. They were cheering on the group that they were doing a good job. There we go. Finally got it. But it sounds really similar to another word for cabbage rolls. So Victory, and like, you hear Victory, she's like, are they chanting cabbage rolls? That made my night.
It sounds the same. Look, to any like Ukrainian speakers, tell me the difference between like a whole crowd shouting molodsi and holubsi.
Not much.
So you can see where I went wrong.
Literally, I told Andri, and he was like, okay, yeah,
that would make sense. That one's applicable.
We'll give you that one.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
It was. I really enjoyed it.
I also bought That was a good purchase though. Like the traditional Ukrainian shirt for straight up like $120. But it was worth it.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
They really like to rip you off, but I was like, listen, it's Yuki Fest.
But they're suckers like me who will buy it anyways.
Heck yeah. They did it. They had some nice shirts. Mm-hmm. Nothing my style, but they had some nice shirts.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what we've been doing. Those are the main things.
Yeah, and then recovering. So that was like that week that it was happening was my first week of school. I kid you not, I was like 4 weeks behind. I still am. I've done work. I'm still so behind. It's ridiculous. But I was like,
fair enough.
There's life to live between school.
Yeah. Now we're back in the studio, baby.
Back and
we got some really exciting videos coming this month.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe another RBS? Question mark? Next week? Question mark? Subscribe right now? Follow us on our socials right now? I think so.
I think it has to happen.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we should do our song of the week.
Oh, yes.
They haven't had songs from us in ages.
Mm-hmm. Do you have one or should I go?
Well, I'm looking.
No, I would come prepared, Roxanne.
So you can go. You come prepared. Question. Who spent literally 30 minutes setting up tech? Me. So who comes? I'm kidding.
My song of the week is New Again by Kanye West. Holy smokes, I can't stop listening to that song. Now, like I said before, I'm not someone who really pays attention to lyrics. I'm more about like the vibe of the song. However, this song has one of my favorite lyrics of all time in it.
Oh yeah?
If I hit you with that W-Y-D, you better not hit me with that H-E-Y. It better be like hi with a bunch of I's or hey with a bunch of Y's. Anyways, I think that line is, I don't know, I love it so much. I think it's genius. And no other line, like I can never, like no other line sticks out that much to me.
That's fair.
So I don't know. I just love the vibe of the song. So that's my song of the week.
Okay. My song of the week, you know what? I don't think I've ever done the song, even though it's been my song of the week for years. Literally since it came out. So summer after first year. I'm the One.
Oh
my DJ Khaled featuring Justin Bieber, Lil Wayne, Chance the Rapper, and Quavo. Of course, he did it. I love that song. It's always about. I reheard it because like typically I listen to like the same songs over and over again, but then this one like came on in my shuffle and I was like, yep.
It's a good. It
gets me. And here's actually where I also heard it. I heard it at the wedding I went to recently this past week. Guys, when I tell you that literally, so here's the thing. I went to a wedding. Shocker, not my own. Don't worry. Y'all are invited to that. No, not mine. It was my god sister. Her dad's my godfather, so whatever that makes her. But anyway, so me and Indri went to the reception, and they were playing like mostly like Cuban music. So I was still dancing along. I loved like. It's easy music to dance to, so you just, it's made for dancing. But the second they started playing pop music, I came up to shine. Literally, the family on both sides were complimenting me, telling me I got some crazy moves. And I was like, what can I say? You play I'm the One? I'm the one.
She's the one.
I'm the one. I was the main character in that moment.
Yeah.
I can see the Cuban family, they like the ones who were like going ham, they were staring at me dancing, they were following my every step.
Love that.
It's really weird. I have that ability, even at Zabavas. There's been Zabavas where like I'll just be like dancing, then people will like join in a circle and then copy my moves.
Yeah.
I love it.
I will never be that person.
That's okay.
To me, that is traumatizing. Like I can guarantee you, I don't know about marriage. I won't say that. I won't say anything, keep my doors open, whatever. But I can, with confidence, say 98% sure I will never have a wedding. Well,
I'll be there.
What?
I'll be there. For this, you have to, like, the wedding.
Not a wedding. I will never have a wedding.
Isn't that like the marriage part?
No, it's not. Like marriage is different. Like married, like papers. So wedding, like the reception, like the whole day where I'm wearing a dress. And like you have a dinner.
Yeah, but if you're getting married to someone, then it's a what?
No.
So what is it?
You can just get married. You don't have to have a wedding.
So what's that called though?
I don't know.
Oh, whatever.
But
you're getting married, and I'm gonna be there. So I'm the witness.
But I will never have a wedding. That to me sounds like the absolute worst night. Like eyes all on me, everyone all about me. Like Just to be,
See, actually, fun fact.
Never.
I would never want my wedding to be all about me. It would just be the sickest party. And, like, if you're invited, it's because I'm trying to throw the best night ever for everyone else.
Yeah, but see, I hate parties. So, like, that's why I personally will never, ever have a wedding. Yeah, I'll come.
Just making it sound like a chore. You know what? Maybe you're not invited.
Maybe
Y'all are
not.
invited? Not Victory.
Not me. Fair enough. Can't have it all.
Anyways.
But
so I was like grooving on the dance floor. And then he's okay. Mm-hmm. He's like, he still dances. He just doesn't have the same moves as me, the same energy.
Fair.
The same energy as me, but he was a good enough partner, you know? My partner in crime. Literally though, side note, so me and him, I argue, me and him look the most alike of any of my siblings. I have 4 other ones. 4 siblings, 3 other ones other than him. And I'd say, like, if you were to pick any 2 of us, like any set, any pairing, me and him look the most alike. So at the reception, me and him were sitting together at a table, and then, like, there's a bunch of older people at our table. And, like, this one woman was like, oh, are you guys siblings or dating? And I was like, live episode
siblings are dating.
Excuse me. And I was like, oh, no, we're siblings. And they were like, oh, okay. Like, they were saying how, like, they thought we were siblings because we looked alike. Mm-hmm. But then they were like, oh, I do know couples that look really alike. But then they were like, and, like, we were talking. So they were like, maybe not siblings. And I was like, I'm here with him, with my brother. Of course I'm going to talk to the old people at the table. Yeah. The man to my left was like touching my forks. Ugh, that was a hoot and a half.
That's so funny.
And I was like, I couldn't deal with them. So once the music came on, I was like,
time to dance,
I get
baby.
to move away from people. But me and Andrei were a hoot. We were a blast. We were pretty much the only young people on the Ukrainian side, because we came from the Ukrainian side of the marriage, and then there's a Cuban side to the marriage. So what can I say? Nice. I think they picked a good people to invite.
I think so.
A good set of
the
people.
Hype people.
The hype house live. There's a fight that broke out though.
Okay.
Yeah, it was between the best man and his brother. Like the best man's brother, not the guy getting married, not the groom's. The guy.
Like weird. Like that's not your day. Like give it yourself.
It was really weird, and like it was getting pretty. To be honest, so like what happened? They like fought inside, and then people were kind of shooing them away, and they shooed the best man outside to like calm down. But then the brother was like sitting at the table, so he like kind of left. He comes back, charges through 4 people. 4 people couldn't hold him. Where's my ring? Oh, there. 4 separate people couldn't hold this man back.
Bro, it's a wedding. Like,
but then someone got him. Someone got him back. But I was like, so yeah, I don't know. But I think the brother instigated it, because like what I saw him kind of coming up to the best man, and it was just like weird vibes all around. And I was like, it looked like he was trying to purposely pick up his temper, but I was like, I don't know. But it was the highlight of the night. So when they were like, I think the best man decided to leave. So like other people came inside to get his stuff. And like the bride, she like found one of his shoes, and she was like carrying it. I was like, oh, it's like reverse Cinderella. She laughed. So thanks. What can I say?
This is why you're invited.
That was literally the number one reason I was invited, because that was funny. But what can I say?
Fair enough.
Speaking of weddings, you want to make a great gift?
What? Want to make a great gift, Roxanne?
A TinyWick candle. You
may be
wondering to yourselves, what is this? See, if you could smell through the camera, we're going to work on that. Yeah. You'd be saying to yourself, what is that amazing scent? That is, what was the official name?
Oh, that one?
Muskoka Pine.
Then we have
Pumpkin Spice.
And then we have
Peaches and Cream. TinyWickCandles. I'm glad you asked about them. They're actually our first partnership, so shout out to you. Everyone, all of our viewers, all of our listeners, you guys got to go to their website.
Yes,
TinyWickCandles.com. Type in 2GBB for 10% off, because they took a chance on us, and let me tell you, we took a chance on them, and it paid off
big time.
Genuinely, some of the best scents I've ever smelled in my entire life.
Honestly, and there's so many, like just the ones we have,
so
like
many
Muskoka
options.
Pine is right up my alley, guys.
Oh yeah, Peaches and Cream. Could you name a more Roxanne scent?
Literally, and it's fall. We were talking about fall. What's more fall than freaking pumpkin spice? nothing, and that's one of their new scents too. So.
Yeah. They come in the medium boy and the big boy, just like us.
And you want to know what's special about these, Roxanne?
What, Vic?
Well, Roxanne, there's 3 very special things about this. First of all, did you see the design of these guys? We'll put them close-ups right now. Okay, they are very beautiful, very sleek. But what is this? This is concrete, and not just any concrete. High quality, high grade Ontario from Canada concrete.
Canada sourced, baby.
All
Canada
locally sourced. And they are made with the best soy wax for nice, long-lasting burning. That's what they do. And what's different about them is that they have wooden wicks.
Yep.
Not your average wick, okay?
Not your average
Not
wick.
your average wick. They are more than your average wick. They're wooden for long-lasting burn for 36 to 42 hours long, Roxanne. And they're wood, so they have that little crackle I said when we light it up. Like, do you hear that little?
That wasn't my tummy, folks.
that
was the
crackle.
candle.
And it's all ingredients sourced from Ontario, all locally made in Canada, and they're made by our friends.
Yeah.
One of our friends, Michael, who's been on our channel before, playing Among Us. So
big shout out to him, honestly.
Thanks for doing this for us.
And not even that. Thanks for making the candles. You know, honestly, like they genuinely smell amazing.
And they're so minimalistic. They kind of fit like anywhere, no matter what your vibe of like your house is. Like very minimalistic, very sleek.
Oh yeah.
Modern.
Very clean. You know, like they're not too much, but they hit the spot.
Honestly, when I brought these home in like the box, I didn't really tell my mom what I was doing, and she came and she's like, "What are these?" She's like, "They're so pretty." She was raving about them. So guys, if you need like a birthday gift, a Christmas gift, a Halloween gift, like I feel like a candle's like the perfect thing to get like that family member that you're like, what the heck do I get them? I like don't really know them that well. You can't go wrong with a candle. It's not like other candles where they have like some like, you know, design on them where you're like, is this gonna fit with like the vibe?
Yep.
You know,
or
this
some
is just
like crazy scents that kind of like, you know, it's very specific. These all 3 candles genuinely smell so nice, and you can just pick your preference, whatever you happen to like that day. And I mean, look at them. Like genuinely, they're stunning.
Yeah, they have so many scents. They have candy apple, coconut, eucalyptus mint. That's a banger.
Oh, we gotta try that one.
Green tea. What else do they have? Lavender vanilla, Muskoka pine. We have that one. Rainforest, spiced mandarin, spicy jasmine, sugar cookie. They have it all. Even more. They have
it all. And of course, genuinely, it's fall time. Buy yourself a candle.
Honestly,
forget about other people. Forget about gifts for a minute.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, you know what I need? Do I need a candle? The answer is yes.
Do I need a tiny wick candle?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because honestly, just having this candle here is so nice and homey. So we might be lighting them up every podcast.
Honestly, like, part of our set.
Unless you burn it in your house without me.
That's true. I might have to. The Muskoka pine is, again, it's a winner in my family. You know, they provide such big wick energy. Yeah. Yeah.
Tiny wicks with big wick energy.
Yep. But so,
thanks again. Support our friend.
Yeah. So go on TinyWickCandles.com. Use the code 2GBB to get 10% off, guys. Highly recommend. All their info will be in the description and on screen now. They also have an Instagram, TinyWickCandles. Go follow them.
Believe me, once you buy one, you'll be back for more.
And then my mom was already like, gotta go buy one for me, my Aunt Mary. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, good thing we have a code. 10% off, guys.
10% off.
2GBB.
You can't say no to 10% off.
No, legally. Who doesn't love a good deal?
I've never said no to 10% off, and I can never start.
And you're not going to start now.
No.
Right? So yeah, guys, make sure to go get yourself a tiny wick candle. They're part of our set now.
Heck yeah.
They smell good. The peaches and cream one, I'm usually not the biggest fan of like fruity scents, but it smells exactly like the fuzzy peaches.
Yeah.
Like to a T. It is so good. To a T.
No. So get yourselves one and let us know which your favorite scent is.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, maybe pumpkin spice will go great for this month, guys.
'Tis the season.
Tis the season, truly. Tis. But yeah, enjoy. Well, you can't smell it, so you'll have to get one on your own.
So you'll have to get one on your own. If you're wondering what our studio smells like right now, Muskoka pine. Get yourself one at TinyWickCandles.com.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Wow.
But back to your regular schedule.
Were
you trying to get my skin there? Like, why are you trying to beat me up?
It's been too long since we podcast. So
I know.
We have to get back in the swing of it.
I know.
So we did it.
What?
I don't know.
You started talking.
I know, but then I thought I was interrupting you, and I was like, I don't want to cut you off.
nothing I say is of value. I think that's your first mistake, thinking I will produce something logical, something useful, something that you'll take home to the kids.
Yeah. No.
Not on this side of the studio.
That's debatable over here on this side too. But anyway, since before we forget, should we do our other segments? Since you already did Song of the Week. Victory's fashion faux pas of the week. Sorry, the hiccup there, guys. Victory's fashion faux pas of the week, guys. So this one's less anticlimactic for Roxanne. Yeah. She was there with me with the process, but I'll just pull them out. This one's an interesting speak.
Yeah.
So by the box, if you know what's gonna happen here. So on the box, for all the audio listeners, it says 350
Boost.
Yeezy Boost, guys. Okay, this is where I have some stuff to talk about. So I'll just pull one out. Oh. ASMR. See, now we have a candle in play. That's very dangerous for me. Could burn something.
Why do you think it's sitting on my side of the studio?
Yeah. So guys, this Victory's fashion faux pas of the week is the Yeezy Boost 350 version 2, I believe. I believe these are cream. No, they're called light. Yeezy Boost 350 version 2 light. So this is my fashion faux pas of the week. They are Yeezys. They are a running shoe for all the audio listeners who are not sure what that is. And it is Kanye West's brand, clothing brand, or I guess shoe brand. What do you call that? Part of his brand. The Yeezy brand. I don't know.
I've got nothing.
I don't know if it's separate from his clothing line. I think it's all like one. Whatever.
It's all him.
Partnered with Adidas. They're Yeezys. So the thing, what's so special about these shoes? Like, yeah. Why
I've been asking myself this since you bought them.
Why are they on Victory's fashion faux pas? Well, the reason they're on Victory's fashion faux pas list is because they look the way they do. 1, it's an acquired look. 2, they cost $300.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Moment of silence.
So this is when we go back.
Yeah.
This is when we go back to our mukbang video. And when we ask the question, who spends the most money? This is why the answer was Victory.
Yeah.
Because it's a running shoe. I've spent like $200 on my Blensos, but those are like waterproof.
Yeah.
They are winterproof, all the above. But guys, listen to this.
To be fair,
they change
with UV light
for a total of 2 hours. How do they have a maximum?
They change pink,
but only for a total of 2 hours. Yeah. How does that work?
I haven't tested it out because I haven't worn them outside yet because they're $300. Yeah. Okay.
What's the point, then? Why? If you're not gonna wear them,
I will eventually when it's like not raining and not snowing and the outfit's right. So yeah, here's the story. So basically, as you know, I've been a Kanye fan for quite a while. I really got into him in high school, and then that's when he started his brand Yeezy, and started releasing shoes. And I just remember being back in high school and being like, oh, I love those shoes. I think they're the coolest shoe. I don't know. I love shoes, guys. That's my thing. Running shoes are my thing. I don't really spend any other. Like, the majority of my money goes to, like, running shoes and concerts.
But these don't look good.
I like them. Like, I don't mind them. No. Are they worth $300?
I'm not saying whether or not I like them.
Yeah.
They don't look good.
I don't mind. I like the way they look.
They make your foot look 30 times bigger than it is.
That is also true. They're my
never
favorite
seen
running
someone
shoe.
Wearing Yeezys and thought to myself, yeah, that's good. No.
I don't mind them. I don't mind the look. It's not my favorite. Some people are like, why are you buying $300? It's more of like I remember they got released in high school and I was like, oh, that's so cool. I want one. But like the thought of buying something $300 is so unattainable in high school. It's even unattainable now. But it was so unattainable in like high school. I was like, I could literally never. And like he's continued to release these and I'm like, I just can't spend that much money on shoes. Also, they're so hard to get when they're not like, they're so hard to get at 300. Like they'll be reselled for like 1,000 or 500 or something ridiculous, and it's like that's not worth it.
Something ridiculous.
Or you have to go line up, or like be lucky when they do a drop. It's just so hard to attain them. Didn't think I would ever get them. So then one day I'm in my basement. I get a call from my brother, and he's like, "Victory, I'm at like Foot Locker right now. They have one size 7 left in the Yeezys that they dropped today." And I was like, "Oh shoot." And I'm like, what do they look like? Send me a pic. Because like I'm not a fan of the newer ones that he made. Like, I like his first ones that he did. And, like, the middle ones, which I think this is in the middle somewhere, I don't mind these. Like, I like the older ones a bit better. But, like, he sent me that, and I was like, oh, that's not bad. And it's in, like, the color that I like. And I was like, I think this is a sign. And I'm finally at a place, kind of, financially, where I can afford them. Is it a good spend of my money? Definitely not. But, like, it was just the fact of, like, oh, my God, like, I'm at a point where I can actually have these. It's something I've always wanted. YOLO, it's a sign. So it was a whole debacle because my brother has a limit on his credit card. There's 1 hour till closing. It was here in Etobicoke. He was downtown. I was like, how am I gonna get these? They wouldn't accept my credit card. But luckily my mom was down there. She bought them. I paid her back. So I have Yeezys, guys. High school victory is shook. I'm still shook. I don't no regrets. No regrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I was just like, literally, my brother's like making fun of me. He's like, what, you're gonna wear them for one picture for Instagram? And I'm like, yeah, and if I do, so what?
What are you gonna do about it?
To be fair though, this is me trying to justify me spending $300 on shoes. It's not a justification at all. I know it's there's no justification. But like, I don't, like, other than I'm not someone who's into like designer stuff other than shoes, other than running shoes. And you can't. No. Okay. Don't bring it up. Stop. Okay. Stop. Yeah. Don't bring it up. The Gucci belt.
No.
I'm over that phase.
No. Currently, what are you wearing?
Oh, that doesn't count. Oh, no, like I'm talking about high-end fashion.
Oh.
Not like Nike, Adidas, like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, like all those. You know, like that.
Understand.
Like. So like, I'm not into that stuff. I could never really. Like, unless there was a piece that was so like special that I don't know. Like I would never buy a designer dress. I don't like purses. I'm never going to spend money on a designer purse, like the Prada bags and all that stuff, you know? That kind.
For me, as long as it's nice, I'll buy it. But it's like a lot of things I just don't like.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I'm never going to, like, I could never see myself buying like a designer, like a super high-end designer clothing stuff, like unless it was like, I honestly don't even know, like it was a crazy cool piece that I had to have. Maybe I would spend that much in the future. Like I would never buy a designer bag. Like people splurge on designer bags or like high heels, like the Louis Vuitton heels. Like I would never.
Hold on, for high heels you ran to Louis Vuitton?
I don't know, the red bottoms.
Isn't it typically
the red bottoms? That's Louis Vuitton, isn't it?
Yeah, but like those are like a very special. Isn't like Christian Louboutin?
Oh yeah.
Or Louis Vuitton?
Wait, is that the same as Louis Vuitton?
I don't think so.
Are those different things?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are.
They could be. I don't know anything about known it. I don't, yeah.
But like also Jimmy Choo's known for his shoes.
Shoes, right? So I feel like people, like when they spend a lot of money, they'll buy like shoes or purses or like a designer dress. Like I feel like those are like the main, or a designer suit or something, right? I don't have any interest in those. There was a point in my life where I wanted a Gucci belt so bad, the thought of it now makes me cringe. I don't want it anymore. But like there's nothing else that I would buy of such high value, you know? Like I feel like the only thing I would ever spend money on is running shoes. And I feel like other than this, there's not many other shoes that I would spend that much money on, you know? So that's me kind of justifying it to myself that like the only thing I would willingly enjoy and spend money on are running shoes. Like other than that, I have no interest in purses, no interest in like designer things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was like treat yourself, right? I always wanted it. I can attain it.
Yeah. And especially if they're like hard to get.
Yeah, and it was literally like one size, my size, and like my size too is the most popular size. So like that size, one store in like the oatmeal colorist, that was like, okay, it's a sign. So I did it. Okay, so what's your rating on my shoe? Out of 10.
The shoe, I'd say like a 6.
Yeah.
Knowing its price, I'd give it a 5.5.
Fair enough.
Like knowing that price point for that shoe.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not talking about quality. I'm talking about the look.
Yeah.
I'm going surface level here. I don't know. I don't like the look of it. I don't think that it's the most flattering shoe. And I feel like feet are bad enough as it is that this just isn't helping that much. But
yeah,
the UV thing is cool, except for the fact that it runs out of like the time.
I have to test it out because you want a 3-hour time lapse video of me trying out how long the UV lasts in my shoes, and it does work. It does actually change pink, which is kind of cool.
We saw that.
Yeah, but if it lasts 2 hours, well, stay tuned.
Yeah,
when I wear them for more than 3 minutes for an Instagram picture. But anyways, yeah, that was my fashion faux pas of the week. That was my big splurge. Haven't really bought anything big since. I lied. Guys, I'm addicted to running shoes. That's my problem. That's my.
They're worse. They're worse.
That's where I spend my money. Clothes I can buy whatever. Oh,
So I was singing a song.
Yeah, but running shoes, big part of my wallet goes to shoes.
Big boy problem.
But hey, can't have it. Can't have it all, guys. Choose your battles.
For me, recently, it's my nails.
Oh yeah.
Torn and spent it's just like they're
$300 on nails.
Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, I did spend like these are way more than I would ever like to spend on nails, and that was by accident. It was because I forgot the taxes are a thing.
Yeah.
So I thought like I could justify the price, and then I was like, okay, with a tip, it's a decent price. But then when I came to tax, I was like, oh, and then I pressed a percentage on tip. So it was way higher than I had mentally calculated, and it just ended up being a huge amount. But I was like, whatever. Like she did a really good job. She deserves the tip. Thanks. I really like them. I got matte. For anyone who gets their nails done out there, just give matte a shot one time. I fell in love with it.
It looks so good. Like these look like by far. I like them by far the best ones that you've had so far.
Yeah. Oh, for
so
sure.
Pretty,
they're my favorite. Oh,
they look so good too. That's the thing. Like they look so good. I love the look, and even the thought, like the thought of them on me. Like I like how they would appear to look. I just couldn't. Like it's so bad. Like I can't explain to you my weird. It's not even a fear. Just my weird like. It just makes, I don't know why it does that to me. Like they make me, like thinking about them makes me like nauseous. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And I can't explain it. I wish I could because I love them on other people. I love the idea of them on me. I just can't do it.
I wanted to get like a dark green, but they didn't have any. And I was like,
that would look cool. That would look cool.
I got one time, there's one place that I found that had a deep green, like a forest green nail polish, and it was gel.
My shirt?
Yeah. Like literally like that color, and I wanted it so bad, but they only had like a light green, which is like it was a nice color. Would I probably get in the summer? Maybe. But I was like not the vibe I was going for. So I was like, you know what, let's do dark blue. And then my dress was black because I got them done for the wedding, and my dress was black, and I know that everyone says like, oh, navy and black doesn't go together. So when she was like, what color is your dress, I was like, or she was like, oh, what's your dress like? And I was like, oh, it's like a bodycon dress, it's black. I didn't say it's black. I was like, oh, it has lace and like flowers on it, like blah blah blah. And like I just totally didn't answer the fact that it was black, because I've gotten so judged at these places for every time I choose my nails. Like they were like, even when I asked, I was like, okay, I want them matte. They were like, you want a matte? And I was like, yeah, I want it matte. Like I had a certain vision for it.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay. And I was like, can I get a kind of coffin? And she was like, coffin? And I was like, yeah. And I said, like, I want the deepest blue you have. She's like, the deepest? No, you don't want this one? Like, she was like pulling out like light greens, and I was like, no. I said, that's okay. She did a great job anyways.
Yeah, they look really good.
So, I love them though. It was by accident I paid that much. If going into it, I knew I was going to pay that much, I don't know. But I guess everything happens for a reason, because now I'm freaking obsessed.
So guys, we've been gone for 3 weeks, and now we've just come back as like these big giant ballers who are just going crazy, splurging on everything.
Literally, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you don't want to know how much this shirt cost either, guys. That was guys, I just went into a store and I saw this, guys. It says Fenty. It's for Rihanna's collab with Puma, so it says Fenty and then Puma, and it's Fenty University. I just thought, I just became I'm really into collar tops these days, and I was like, I need it. I don't care what the price is. It was on sale.
Tell me how much after, because I don't want you to embarrass yourself.
Leave your guesses down below, guys. It is way more than it. That you should pay.
Speaking of balling, guess who's going to be spending $162 on October 22nd? This gal. Guess for what?
Something Jack Harlow?
Nope.
Oh.
Consultation for my wisdom teeth. Just the consultation.
I know. It's insane how much it is.
Luckily, I'm pretty sure, and I think I have to get x-rays done, which I think is even more. But I'm hoping, I'm fingers crossed that my insurance covers it all, like the consultation and the x-rays, because I know it covers, like I should be getting 100% covered for my wisdom teeth removal, but I'm scared that for some reason this isn't going to be. And like, so I called them to make an appointment, and she's like, yeah, and then she's like, yeah, it's gonna be $162. And I was like, I literally sat there, and she was like, is that okay? And I was like,
no,
give me a minute.
It's not okay, but we have to do it.
And I was like, 162.
Yeah.
That's just for
Yeah.
So then I like sat there and I was like, okay, just before I answer this question, before I answer if $160 is okay, I have to ask, will I be getting this surgery this semester? Because I'm not a student next semester. And if I'm paying for this surgery, we'll just leave them in. I might take them all myself.
I'll extract them myself.
I'll
do for video.
Doing for video, taking out my own wisdom
teeth on her own.
And then she was like, oh, it should be like 3 weeks or something from the consultation. I was like, I can do that.
Wow.
So,
Damn.
yeah, and I'm going to have to figure out how to make sure they cover it. Because I know you just make a claim or whatever, but it's like they cover 80%, and then I have to somehow get the extra 20%, so I get everything covered.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, like whatever, I'll figure out a way. If there's a will, there's a way.
No, yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna be getting out my wisdom teeth.
That's crazy. I know. I'm really hoping. I only have 3, thank goodness. But I'm really hoping that
some of us have all 4. Okay, and we have to pay per tooth.
It's insane. One already came out, so I'm good with the. I technically have 2, and one's on the route to coming out. But then I went and they were like, one kind of looks like it's stuck, and I was like, don't tell me this. It's like, I'm also, one of my weird fears, guys, is anesthesia. Like, I'm deathly afraid of anesthesia. And I was like, please don't tell me this. Like, I don't want it
though. You can do laughing.
You can do it. I don't want that either. I hate that too. That's almost just as bad. That's
Which
anesthesia.
one's worse?
Anestesia's worse because it knocks you out completely. But I wouldn't do laughing gas. I would do it without either.
Oh, you can get freezing.
Yeah, I just do it with freezing. Oh. But then also I'm kind of terrified because when I had my root canal, I kind of had a little bit of a panic attack, freak out when I just had freezing. So hopefully, because I used. Well, anyways. So they're like, one's kind of stuck. Then they're like, okay, we're gonna send you for like the X-rays and consultation. We're gonna see if that one's en route or not. And then I went, and then my insurance is all used up for this year because of my root canal debacle. So they were like, oh, just wait till January, and I was like, okay. They're like, it's not yeah, when you refresh, I'm like, it's not serious, because they gave me like the consultation, the Pearson, and then they're like, then they were like, oh, like your insurance is up, and I was like, oh yeah, and then they're like, just wait till January, and I was like, okay,
you can do it,
sure thing. I already have to pay a hefty amount for I have to get my cap in a couple weeks, because there's just a temporary filling, so I still haven't got the cap, so I have to go get my cap. And I'm paying a hefty amount, guys, more than my Yeezys. Some would say triple. Anyway, a little more, but because all my money is used up for my insurance. But I don't want my tooth to crack in half, so it's the price you pay. You gotta do what you gotta do. Wanting your tooth to crack in half. That's our adult endeavors with insurance in our teeth.
Yeah, so
Roxanne might have the 4 big boys gone.
Yeah, hopefully they keep the wisdom in. Just take out the teeth. Thanks.
What other podcast gives jokes like that?
That one was free of charge.
Honestly, we should pay for. You guys should be paying to hear it. Just kidding. You don't think that high?
You should pay me. The amount of laughter I bring to this girl, insurmountable. Literally, dancing one time, I don't know what I did. It was like, and then she just like lost it. I was like,
it just hits me the randomest things, and I'm like, oh, this girl, it's too much, but like too little.
You know? What can I say?
Have you? This is so random.
Okay.
But you can end this podcast with the high note of this experience.
Okay.
I don't know why I was thinking about this yesterday or why it came into my mind, but this whole experience came to my mind, and I saw a TikTok about this. That's why. I saw a TikTok and I was like, I couldn't agree more. But it's about the store Aritzia.
I understand.
So I think growing up, Aritzia was big for their TNA line. I don't remember, like in elementary school, like if you had a TNA sweater, like
are they not the same?
They're the same, but I think it's Aritzia and then they have like the TNA line. I
understand.
In it, I don't know what the relationship is, but like back in the day when we were in elementary school, it was like the coolest thing to have like the TNA sweaters. Like they had like that symbol, whatever, right? I never had one of those. Never got into the TNA. I think I might have went in the store once when I was shopping with like my cousin and aunts, but I never really got into that. I know why, because it's so expensive. Anyways, so flash forward like to a couple of years ago, back when I went before pandemic, and I went to school beside a mall, and I was like, one day I was like, you know what? I haven't been ever in Aritzia, and like everyone always talks about Aritzia, right? There's like well, I mean, at least, like, it's,
I don't know who you're talking
I don't know,
to.
like, everyone, it's like on Twitter or like Instagram, like, they have
I
like
understand.
really nice pieces, like, they're known for their puffer jackets and stuff too. They have their whole puffer line. I forget what it's called. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna walk into Aritzia. This is like probably like my first real time going to Aritzia. It doesn't count like when I just walked in like with my cousin or something when I couldn't afford things, right? So I'm like, this is my first time. I go into Aritzia, and I know why I never went in. First of all, the moment I walk in, I feel like I'm just getting judged by everyone in there. Like, I would equate it, because I walked into Louis Vuitton once, and that was the same kind of feeling, honestly. Even though they're two different scale stores, like, I felt the same judgment walking into Aritzia and walking around that I did when I walked into Louis Vuitton. Like, I felt so out of place.
You walk into Aritzia, and if a single item on your body or something you are carrying is not from Aritzia, immediately they think you're gonna steal something.
Yeah,
like you could be full on wearing Aritzia top, Aritzia jacket. You're not wearing Aritzia pants. Mm-hmm. Get out of the store.
Like, I just felt so like judged right away. Like, I couldn't explain it, and then I was like, whoa. And I was like, maybe I gotta find something now to buy or something. So I was like, I can't leave her empty handed, and I'm just going around to everything. And like, don't get me wrong, like, some of their stuff is nice.
Yeah.
But like, the pair of pants is like $250, and I'm like, me spending $200 on Yeezy. But like, I was like, I just, for clothes, I'm like, I can't spend that much money on something unless it's like an outstanding quality piece, like something so rare that, like, you know what I mean?
Wrong. I could easily spend $300 on a pair of pants. But then when I say that is the only pair of pants I own, I mean it.
Exactly.
That's it. Like, I would not be able to afford anything else.
Literally. And the funny thing is, this is a side note from my experience, but because I'm on, like, I get a lot of fashion TikToks, a lot of hauls, and there's so many Aritzia hauls, and people will buy like 3 of the same pants, 4 of the same shirts, and I'm like, I know that you left that store, that cost you minimum $1,000. Like, I'm like, how do people afford that?
Yeah, it's freaky.
But anyways, so I'm going to the store, I'm looking at everything, like the crop tops are like $45, and I'm like, wrong song with the shirt. That's beside the point. But like, you know, the whole, like, for the cool, like what they're offering, like, for me, it just wasn't worth it. And then I was like, this is insane. And then I was like, I need to buy something. Like, I can't leave empty-handed. So I think I was like, okay, if I'm gonna buy something expensive, I'm gonna make it. It's not gonna be like a crop top $45. I'm gonna try to buy like a dress or like a skirt or something, right? I feel like that's more worth the high price point if it's nice.
I had one of their
or like
jackets.
or like something.
It was thin.
Yeah.
But warm. It was one of my favorite jackets to date. I still have it because it's so good. It's just like, it's ripped in places it shouldn't be ripped.
Fair.
But
yeah. So I think I picked out like a dress and a skirt or something I needed a change room for. I don't know if you know the thing about Aritzia change rooms, but I was so unaware because I don't shop at Aritzia, right? So I go up and get my clothes. I like go to the lady. I'm like, can I get like a change room? She's like, yeah, just go into like this one and go in. I'm putting on the clothes, and then I put on the clothes, and then I stand there and I look around the change room. There's no mirror in the thing, and I was like, wait a second. And then it hits me. There's a communal mirror. There's only a communal mirror in the middle of the room of all the change rooms. They do not have mirrors in the individual change rooms. So you have to get out of your change room and go to the communal mirror in the middle to look at yourself.
So they have that at another store too.
Why do you do that? That ruined my life.
What's another? Mendocino?
Maybe. They closed down though. That's why I can't remember.
Yeah, they were closing out. Yeah, they had that too.
Awful.
But there's a few stores, like if you go to some stores, they don't have mirrors in the change room. They have it on the door.
Okay, that's okay. So you can still stand in your room.
One mirror.
Yeah, in the middle of the thing. First of all, I'm already getting judged like crazy, and then I'm standing in the change room like this is already the worst experience of my life. And then me too, being the person. If you guys know me already, I'm very. You know, like that to me is like the worst thing ever, having to go out in front of the employees, in front of everyone, to look at myself in this thing. It could look awful on me. It could look like I could look like an imposter or whatever. But I have to go out in the middle of the change room in front of everyone else to go look at the mirror, either wait my turn because someone's standing there, just awkward, like awful. It ruined my experience was already bad, but that just made it so bad. I was like, who does this? Like, put a freaking mirror in the gosh dang change room. And then I knew I was in there.
In the gosh dang change
This is a PG channel. But I was standing in there. And then what was my point about this? Because then I felt pressured because I knew it, and I was like, oh, I don't want to go out. But then I'm like, they know that there's no mirror in here, so they know I just tried it on and then just took it off without looking at like a mirror. So I had to go out And I remember I had like 3 pieces. I only tried one. I didn't even bother trying the rest. I took this, like, change bag of my clothes, took the all, gave them to the front, and I walked out of that store. I was like,
wait, so did you buy anything?
absolutely not. I was like, that just ruined my whole day. I was like, no. And then I never stepped in Aritzia again. So that's my story of Aritzia. Yes. I am not a fan. Sorry.
Doesn't sound like a great
The communal
time.
mirror change room is a concept that needs to be stopped. That is absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
That is. I feel like it's a private experience. I'm trying on clothes. Like, I'm trying on to see if they look good on me, if I want them. I don't want to find out if they look good on me or if I want it in front of everyone else. That defeats the purpose. Like, this is me time. This is me and the $600 Aritzia dress I'm trying on time. You know, you feel?
One time, I don't know if you remember this, but me and you went shopping one time and we went to an Urban Planet. And they have the change room, the mirror on the door. Yeah. Right? So we went to Urban Planet and then I was trying on like a bunch of different stuff. And then like I went out and I was like looking at myself and I was like, oh, okay, like it looks fine. So I was like, oh, it looks so good on you. And I was like, oh, thanks. And I was like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's so awkward. And I was like, it was obviously the employee. And I was like, why do you have to, why are you even looking at me right now?
Yeah.
Pretend I'm still in the change room. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's not great.
It's not fun. And then like the employees are just there, like standing in the communal change room, and then like, I got goosebumps thinking about that. It was awful.
So let's end communal change rooms 2021.
Yeah. Just give your own freaking mirror in change room. Like, let's come on.
Everyone deserves.
It's 2021.
Mirror. Yeah.
Let's cut that out, Aritzia. Even though I will never step foot in your store again. Like, I hate the change room process so much. Like, I'd rather buy something, have it not fit, and have it return it than just go take 2 seconds of my time and try it on. I hate shopping.
We're very different.
Yeah, I know.
We're very different that way.
But that's the thing with this shirt too, because it was my mom, and my mom bought it for me, and then we get to the cash, and then because like the size it was, I was like, I don't know if it might be too short, because I have a really long torso, and I'm like, it might be too short. And then mom's like, why don't you try it on? I'm like, no, I don't want to try it on. Whatever. I'll return it if it's not. I'll come back and return it. We get to the cash, she's like, it's final sale, like you can't return it. Mom's like, but she's like, you can try it on the change room. Mom's like, go try it on. I'm like, no, I'll take a chance. And she's like,
okay, that's
yeah, I know it's so much, but I knew, but it fit. Don't worry, guys. Yeah,
you're lucky.
I hate for the amount of things I actually don't buy that much anymore, but like for the amount of things I did buy and I hate shopping, but like buying.
For me, the best part is trying stuff on, but teach their own.
Yeah, it's okay.
But yeah, I mean, that's about it. That's all we got for you today. Thanks for coming back to the studio with us, hanging out, you know.
Yeah, I missed you.
Don't forget, we've honestly, genuinely, 2 Girls Being Bros stamp of approval on TinyWickCandles.com.
Yes, go get your TinyWick candle. Use code 2GBB for 10% off, guys. You won't regret it. Yeah. You will not regret it.
And then, you know, maybe buy yourself a candle. You can light it while you watch the next episode of Roxanne's Beauty Saloon coming out next week.
Guys, get excited.
It's a good one.
It's a very
good one. You don't want to miss it.
Exactly, guys. But yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by. And with that, and remember, kids, don't do too much.